I mean, hey everybody, how's it going? Dove Soap, welcome to the party. Welcome to the final optional class of game assets, where I will be modeling, a building like you do. Maybe after that, doing a texture Tuesday. I might do another tileable texture. Maya's got to warm up. We got to warm up the Maya. Oops. Maya, come on, buddy. I just wanted you to move, not that. What are you doing over there, bud? Come on. There you go. Some weird stuff going on. Oh. Oh, Maya came, or Photoshop came scooting over here too. Okay. All right, let's try and get this work. How's everyone doing today? Dove Soap, hope you're well. Which screen do we want to show? I think we want to show two. Yes, we do. Here we go. Alex Cervantes, how are you doing, my friend? I'm good. I'm good. This is the last day of class. I'm tired. I'm excited. These night classes have been awesome. If you really want to know what's up, in between classes today, I installed the electrical for a trailer hitch, a trailer hookup for my van. That was entertaining. I had to crawl underneath my car and thread a whole bunch of wiring. My sleep is terrible. So I get done around 1 a.m. and then I can't seem to get to sleep till like 2 or 3, probably because of all the light and talking the entire time. And then my kids try to wake me up bright and early. So there you go. But it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Because I get to make this. The Last Tenement. I think I want to put a air conditioner in there. And then we have these big signs. So don't you think these big signs should be an image of Ryan Dew? Like I kind of do, and I kind of think I need to do something. Like usually I think this is usually gravel on the top. So this is killing me. This is so ugly. So I think what I'm going to do a little bit of house cleaning for a minute here. It's kind of cool. If you go to your rendering editor, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to do some cleanup here. So I'm going to look at like this material here and say select objects with this material. I did it. See, I selected all this. Now I'm going to go mesh, extract. Where are you? There you are. Oh no, I said duplicate. Dang it, I didn't mean to do that. Let's try this again. I think I still have that selected. Okay, mesh, edit mesh, extract, not duplicate. Now the idea is that should have been extract. Nope, didn't extract. Look at that. You let me down. You let me down. Let's try it again. Select objects with material. I don't know why it's being so grouchy. Okay. Edit mesh, extract. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so that worked. I don't know why. So now it's its own object. You're not though. What? Do I have to like sit and select them on my own? No, they are extracted. So why are you the same object? Look at that. What is going on? Oh, I extracted it. Okay. My bad. So I extracted it. Now I need to go mesh separate. Okay. There we go. What was I thinking? Okay, now I can do some cleanup because it's just messy. I don't want you. Don't want you. Too many polygons. Too many polygons. So this is where we go to the cleanup phase of the job. I don't mind this. Like this doesn't bother me that bad. At least each one of these has a purpose that they hold this together. And I am gonna have to add a piece here. So maybe I'll let this slide for a minute. I mean, yeah, something's wrong here, obviously. This is not happy, but whatever. I think that should have been brick anyway. I mean, I could collapse these. I could change it. But they're all horizontal and vertical, so I'm going to leave them at the moment because I may want to do some other stuff, but it's cleaner now. This is still a hot mess. So I think what I want to do So I'm going to extract all the windows. Just keeping it real, you know. Okay, I'll extract all the windows. We'll call them winders for now. Mesh, extract. This is so crooked. My eyes are playing tricks on me now. Don't know why. And then separate. Boop, bada bing, bada boom. These are all their own objects now. So I might even group these so I can start organizing them in my outliner. So guess what, class? I'm doing boring stuff now. So I group these. Under this group. I'm going to edit delete all by type so that it is not under a transform. And I'm going to pull this group out because it's its own group. And we're going to call this GRP underscore windows for now. And I'm going to hold that group, Shift I, and we're going to clean it up because it's got a lot of these have these extra edges in them. And I don't like it. You know, what's fun is if I grab every object and hit F8, it allows me to edit all of them at the same time without having to combine them. Delete, delete, delete. Okay, so now all my windows are their own little things for now. This allows me to clean up the entire model because it's a hot mess at the moment. Okay, so I think what I'll grab next is, I think I'll actually highlight this building and I'm going to separate all the sides. We are going to reduce, we're going to heavily reduce the poly count on this thing. Okay, is that okay? Itching my ear. It's important to make sure if your ear itches while you're modeling that you itch it. Okay, so that is its own gentleman now. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Extract. And last but not least, we have the roof. Gloria, how are you doing? Good evening to you. So extract the roof. Now I can grab my whole building and it's all separated now. Perfect. It's already separated. It already did it for me. These two pieces need to be separated. So mesh, separate. Now they're their own, oops. Now they're their own thing. Lovely. Now I can clean it up because these are not, this is not efficient. This is not efficient for a low poly model. I demand lower polys. So I'm going to grab every edge in the middle of this and just delete it. Okay, now it's two triangles. Let's see what it was before though. Okay, currently this is edit mesh, or sorry, display, polygons. Sorry, heads up display, poly count. Currently this is 34 triangles. I mean, sure, that's not an insane amount, but you don't need these edges. So we're gonna go from 34 to two triangles. You do the same thing on this side because it's so messy. Delete edge, down to 2. And the back, look at this thing, 408. 408, are you kidding me? Let's grab some of these. That is not pretty. I'm gonna shift, I'm gonna isolate this thing, see if I can grab them all. See if I can grab them all in one fell swoop. With a big old marquee around the whole thing. Got him. Delete edge. It is now 3. Where is the floating vertice at? Oh, look at that. I had a floating vertice. It made it 3 instead of 2. There we go. Now it's 2. As little as possible. And apparently I'm co-streaming now with Professor Xavier. I mean 3D Mentor. I'm going low poly. I'm going low poly here. 3D Mentor, he goes absurdly high poly. That's not fun. It's easy to go high poly. Low poly is where it's at. Listen, you can see this whole thing is 414 triangles. We're going to see how we can reduce that down. It's down to 326. Bada bing, bada boom. You can see it doesn't affect my UVs. They don't care. They're totally happy. Delete edge. We're down to 238 now. Low poly is your friend. It's all of our friends. It should be all of our friends. Okay, this is looking pretty good. The only one I'm not happy with is I don't like this one at all. That bothers me. But I think for the time being, I'm going to keep things as vertical and horizontal as possible. So I may leave that. I mean, if I really wanted to start going really low, I could start doing things like this. Start collapsing edge and making triangles. I could. But for now, this is far more. It was 400 and something before. We just shaved off about 250 triangles. I mean, look at that. Look at how efficient that is. It's just 2 triangles. The windows now are all a single triangle. This guy's simple. This door, on the other hand, and that window, no. That will not do. We must reduce that from 12 to 2. There we go. Okay, so see that? So clean, so beautiful. 900 triangles. I think it was around 2,000 a few minutes ago. Let's pretty it up a little bit more. Okay, this is what I wanted to look at up here. I can't see the rooftop, but typically, we'll do something generic really quick. Typically on top of a roof, what does that look like? Garbage. What's your deal, bud? No, nothing. Nothing's wrong. I don't know why it's doing that, but we're not going to worry about it. Oh, did you get duplicated somehow, bud? What is going on with this guy? It's like he got duplicated. Let's see. Let's look at our vertex faces. No, it looks fine. It must be the way the... All right, let's do this differently then. I don't know why it's having a heart attack. But yeah, I'm not going to fight with it, you know, if I don't have to. So let's try this. I'm just curious if I... So this is where I'm going to build a ledge out on top of it. This So I can't see the roof, but I'm assuming that it probably has like some kind of concrete cap on the top of it, followed by gravel up here. So I kind of think that this section might have concrete similar to this color. Just guessing. I've been known to make mistakes. And then we'll leave this brick on the inside, and then we will make this so this is going to be the concrete bit. I'm going to grow that selection. Why didn't you grow? Grow, there you go. So we grabbed it around the corners. We're going to turn all this into concrete. Now it's concrete, and we're going to clean it up a little bit. A little bit of cleaning. So since I didn't extrude the edges, I created them. I'm going to reduce some polygons a little bit. Now some of these edges, I'm going to move them in just a smidge so they all kind of match. Pretty exciting day, my friends. Pretty exciting day. Yep, that looks pretty good. Okay, now I'm gonna go crazy here and UV unwrap these, the caps. What's exciting? Pepperoni, you're exciting. How are you doing, my friend? All right, have you come to watch me move things around in 3D over and over and over again? Because that's what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so we're gonna UV unwrap this concrete up here up top. Pretty much, yeah. Awesome. There's my beautiful, it actually looks kind of cool. Let's just go UV automatic. Automatic for the people. And there they are. This should be pretty easy. Scooch it over here, and we just need to add the insides and the outside pieces. Move and so. Move and so. Hit G to repeat, rinse and repeat. That's it. Okay, let's see. Let's see how they look on the screen. A little small. We're gonna shrink down those textures. There we go. Concretey. So concretey. Next on the agenda, I want these to be brick on the inside. I mean, this could have been, you know, we could have just had this be concrete. That might be easier. You know what, that is what I'm gonna do. The whole thing is just gonna be concrete. Because it makes sense that they would just have concrete on the inside and not the brick. Nope, I changed my mind again. Definitely should be brick. Okay, so I am just going to UV automatic this. And these guys. They don't really need to be perfect, but maybe if I'm going to be picky, maybe they should be. So there's my bricks. I'm going to sew all the pieces together just for fun, I guess. Doesn't really matter that much. There we go. So here's all my brick. Now I'm going to scale it up so they look more brickish. Is that a word? So they match about the same brick size as the exterior. That's about right. All right, so it is brick on the inside now. So that's the current roof situation, except for now we've got these ginormous bricks. Not gonna do, not gonna do. Okay, let's go to sorry, one moment. I just heard a beep. All right, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. I just had a little something going on. Oops, let's bring this over here. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go to textures.com. It's like the happiest place to go. And I want to look up gravel, I guess. Gravel, is that what usually is on the top of these roofs? I think so. We're going to try gravel. It's either gravel or small stone. Oh, look at that. That one's pretty. Beautiful scanned gravel. The TIFF, here's a seamless. This one looks not as good. Oh, because that's the color. Height. I want a picture. I mean, those look great. Those would be great if we were doing the whole PBR situation, but I'm not though. I am doing the cheap old school method, which this one will do. 512 by 512, that is music to my ears. Alex Cervantes, that is awesome. I am going to get more onto that. Texture.com sounds like a place that gives out viruses to little grannies. That's awesome. It should. All right, let's cut this texture out. Last tenement textures. Gravel 01. Okay, here we go. Gravel A, that's what I'm calling it. Gravel A. We're taking it easy on this low poly model, Mr. Roney. Okay, so I want to change this because that just doesn't look like what I want. So I'm going to go to my Hypershade. And we're going to create a new one called Gravel A. I'm going to add that color. I'm going to add that beautiful 512 by 512 image we got from textures.com. Okay, and I haven't had a crash in a little while, so I'm going to hit Control S to save. And now we're going to assign that. There. Look at these gigantic rocks we have. That will not do either. Got these massive rocks up here. Let's fix that. Just going to scale this up till they're little rocks that make more sense. Seems a little bit tiny. I don't know how big they should be. That will probably do. Really, eventually I would want to put some more stuff up here to make it fill out, but that looks a lot better than that huge brick texture I had before. It's a giant litter box, that's right. There's room enough for all of your cats, Pepperoni. Okay, here we go. Last tenement, here we go. We want to... I'm just curious, free low poly cat model. Is this free? It's free. Apparently I have a TurboSquid account. This is just for you. Seems appropriate. There's no textures on him though. That is a low poly cat. Oh, here we go. This is just for fun. Never, don't get images off the internet to add to this class. I will not be happy. Not allowed. Oh, that is the worst texture map I've ever seen. It's horrific. Kind of cool looking though. It's one of 3D Mentor's cats. Someone said it looked like a litter box. So I thought, you know, we'd put it on there. Okay, so now we need to add this front facade piece. This black piece right here. It's like a dark concrete, I guess. That seems to go all the way to the top. Seems to. Since I added some of that stuff, it made my scene bigger. It is a kaleidoscope kitty. So let's look at what this is made of here. So it's got these two side pieces, which, oops. Couple ways of doing this. Let's do it the hard way. Just gonna box model this out as one piece. Create an instance of it though. It has these little internal wedge things, but I kind of think Okay, that's a start. See how many of these there are. Looks like they're a little bit taller. I'm just going to use the shape anyway. Yeah, I'm not like crazy about this, but this is way more high poly than I would normally do if I were like really taking this like serious. I would spend a lot more time on this. That I'll have to clean up for sure. But I think that gives like the general shape language. Like if I make this darker now. Oh, look at that. I forgot the cat's whiskers. Whiskers. It's even got whiskers on its face. Or on its eyes. Okay, so I'm going to open up Photoshop and make a new concrete that is darker. Ligma 19, thanks for the follow. Man, I'm just raking in the visitors tonight with this high octane performance. So I think what we're probably going to do, classmates, if nobody from class has a question, I think I'm going to work on this for another like 30 minutes, and then I'm going to jump into some Texture Tuesday tileable texture painting and continue to answer any questions you guys might have. So someone had asked too earlier how to organize your file for submission. And I will get into that in just one moment. Let me open up Photoshop. I'm going to create a dark concrete texture really quick. Come on, buddy, where are you? So here was my concrete A. So I'm going to open that and save it as concrete B. And darken it up. So I think I'm just going to use, what's your problem? Oh, here we go. Hit OK. Adjustments, let's just use hue and saturation, I guess. So lightness. Make it quite a bit darker. That'll do. I think that'll work. Hit save on that. Done with Photoshop for the moment. We're going to open back up our Hypershader. And I think we're going to try, oh, look at those. Look at that cat texture. It's weird. Okay, here's concrete. I'm going to create a new blend. And we'll call this Concrete B. Naming all our maps. Oh, wait. Here we go. Concrete B, bada bing, bada boom. Now I'm going to select all these objects and we'll adjust them again later. But for now, we're just getting the colors on them. Forgot you, buddy. There you go. So now it has that darker color, similar to that. I can say it's not a perfect match, but at least it's getting our building all filled out. Okay, so one of the questions one of my students had was about what to submit. So when you submit your final, I want a few things. I want this Maya file that you worked in, because as your model, in your outliner, it should be a lot cleaner than this. And I will show you really quick how to do that. I'm gonna hit Control Save here and save a different version so that it's cleaned out. We're going to call this one we'll call this last tenement 6 _ submit, just so it's different, and then I can open up 6 later. Of course, we don't need the cat. That was just super funny. If I was going to submit this whole thing more as a game model, you can see I made the pretty efficient. Tries are at 1455. This is still pretty heavy tries. I'm going to go to Mesh Combine. Combine the whole thing as one single object. And now I can even hold down D. Shoot. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. Pepperoni says, bye, kitty. The kitty's not gone. It's still saved in a different version. All right, let's open up Maya again. Maya crashy crash. All right. So let's see. Let's see if we can be saved yet again. Here we go. And we were saved yet again. Saved by the bell. What are these over here? Something shot over here. I think those are the cat's eyes. Oh no, those are for that Nook model we were doing earlier. Okay. So let's try this again. I'm gonna do a save as to save it over that same submit. Try not to let Maya crash on me. Of course, I have no control over that. Maya likes to crash when Maya likes to crash. Okay, save as. Okay, so here we go. So here's that file. I'm gonna go to my window outliner. You can see this is a hot mess here in the outliner. Those are the objects. I'm gonna delete all by type history. I don't know why this didn't delete. Delete all by type history. Should have deleted all of this. I'm gonna try and delete it anyway. Okay, so here you see in my outliner, I've only got two things. I've got this image back here, and I've got my my game asset. I'll hold down D and try and do this properly now. So if I move my pivot down to the bottom and I freeze transform again, now it's at 0, 0, 0. Now if I were to put this in game, I could move it around, I could rotate it, I could scale it, I could do everything. I could put it in my GTA city, my low poly city, and it would be awesome. Okay, so this though is the problem, pcube36. That does not explain what it is. So we could call it object obj underscore building underscore last tenement. However you want to do it, that's kind of a similar common naming convention. Basically, if anyone looked at this and saw anything in this file, they want to know what it is just based off of it in the outliner, because if I export this most likely into a game, it's going to keep this naming convention. So we know it's an object, it's a building, and the building's name is last tenement. It could be brownstone, it could be something else, but it's a good practice to always name it. So this is super clean. Like if I opened this and looked around at it, I'd know exactly what I was seeing. Now the next thing you want to do, I'm going to hide this image, is create a beauty shot. Normally I would want you to put it in game and do a nice render. For this class, since it's so speedy, I just want a screenshot of it. I just want a nice representation of your building. So here I could go under show, hide my grid. So all I can see in this background is my building. So this would be how to create your beauty shot. I'm just going to use my snipping tool. This is not difficult. Everybody should have this. If you don't, then you could hit Control P and you could just snip something from, or just do a screenshot and then edit it in Photoshop. I don't want to see a picture from a phone on your screen. There's just no need to do that. It's not as pretty. So I'm just going to highlight over this, make sure my composition's okay. There we go, right? This is the bare minimum you could turn in for your beauty shot. I could adjust it a little more, so I'm going to hit save on this, and I'm going to save it in my same last tenement file and show you a couple options here. So this is, we'll just call this building underscore beauty. So if I was going to submit this, I would probably do it so that I knew who you were too. So Olson, Gabriel, project 2. I could call it that, or I could call it Olson Gabriel building 01, whatever. Just so if I read that, I would know who it is and what it is. So we have this building here. If I wanted to do this up pretty, right? I'm going to do another screenshot. I'm going to actually do a screenshot with the edges highlighted. Then I can take a look at it. So we could do something like this, and we'll do another screenshot. Snipping tool it. Hit new, and this one I'll just grab a smaller version. I'm actually going to edit this in Photoshop. Since it's the same background gray, I can actually just keep it in there. Because let's just pretend maybe you wanted to do this for a portfolio piece, and we want to dress it up. I'm not going to take a ton of time dressing it up, but just to give you an idea of what you could do. So now we have that. I'm going to crack open my old buddy Photoshop. File open. I'm going to open up capture wireframe. Apparently I put it in there. Here's my building image, right? So now maybe I'll open up oh, I didn't mean to open that up. I meant to open it up in Photoshop. Okay. Now maybe I'll open up this wireframe. If I wanted to show off how good I think my wireframe images are, sorry, I'll just hit edit free transform here, and this is my most important piece, but maybe I'll put this over here to the side. So anyone looking at it, be like, oh, he knows how to model efficiently. And you can see I've got this gray here. That's fine. I will just cut that out. I will just edit it to make it work. Just doing this really quick. And then maybe I might want to put my name on it. You know, somebody might. Not saying you have to. Oh, look at that, Olson. Huge letters. Okay, let's see if we can scale this in. There we go, Gabe Olson. I'm gonna go to my character here. Scale that down, not scale it down that far. I don't know, wherever you want to put your name. That's kind of huge. We want to make it pleasing. Okay. And now maybe I want to put the title. Maybe it's a low poly building. Maybe that's what we're going to call it. And maybe we'll even say this thing was only 1,500 tries because we're amazing. Triangles. And we could adjust that a little bit, but right there it's hanging out. We'll put that in the middle. And now maybe we even want to show our texture maps to show how efficiently it was textured, right? So I will just go to open, and I have saved all my textures in this file. So I'll grab all those. These are the only textures that were used, right? This would take a little time, but I can grab each of these and put those in my I could put each of these in the corner, stuff them in there nice and unique, and I could show off all my textures on one side. Alex Cervantes says, I've seen a lot of great artists that do their rendering in Photoshop. That's actually not a bad idea. Here was my brick texture. And once I kind of do a free transform on one of these. Oops. Open up the wrong file. Then I can make all of my tileable textures all fit the same size. Should be pretty easy. So we'll just sit this one over here.
Kids everywhere, no matter where they live, deserve access to high-quality education and healthy, real food. Big Green wants to keep kids learning through this crisis. That's why we've created Big Green at Home.
So you have a couple choices. So you could either, for this assignment, oh God, I keep going up to my, stop it, dude. You could either do just that screenshot I showed you, or you could do something a little bit more like this, where you're showing things off a little bit more. Really, I leave that, guys, up to you. I mean, you've all worked really hard. So here's my little my little texture, and I would just kind of do each texture map like that, or place them really. Grabbing the wrong one again. Grabbing. But this would show off all the textures, right? And this is an odd size texture. That's weird. That is weird. We'll fit it in there anyway. Okay, so that gives you the idea. So that's not a bad way to show off your building. And I would also obviously put on the other textures here. Portfolio wise, that's pretty good. But like I said, if you only show this image right here, maybe put your name on it, that's good enough beauty shot. You could do it from a couple different angles, whatever you think looks best. And then what you're going to be submitting is, these are my texture files. So these would all be submitted with the assignment. This last tenement, this is called last tenement 06. But what I would probably name it when I submitted it would probably be like first name, last name, project 3. That way, when I see that, I see your name and then I see project 3. A lot of people will just submit project 3, and if it gets lost in the fold, I won't know whose it is. So it really helps me out if you name it, your first, last name, then project 3, and then keep these texture files in that same file, and then your beauty shots. That's all I want submitted. That way I can see your beauty shots. If I need to open up your, here's an example. If I need to open up that file, this last tenement file, as long as these texture images are in the same source file, I will be able to open it. However, as I have discovered teaching this class, if you do have Korean alphabet in front of that, my American computer won't read it properly and will not find your files. So that does create an issue for me. My biggest thing is show me a good beauty shot and we'll work around that. Okay. Anybody watching? Thanks for watching. This is the last of class of a game assets class I'm teaching online for the University of Utah, Asia campus in Korea. It's been an amazing 3 weeks. These students have done an amazing job getting very proficient at 3D modeling. They're all working on a low poly building. Not similar to this because everyone's working on their own things, but similar to this. The plan is they're going to submit that in a couple days. This is the last class, but it's not a required class. So I am just here going over the things, talking to myself, having fun in 3D. I'm going to take a break for like 15, 20 minutes. I'll just leave the stream on. And then I will be back after that to continue. I think I'm going to do a hand-painted tileable texture study. for the rest of the class while I wait for questions from students. This is like my open office hours for anyone who has questions or wants to chat. So I will be back soon, my friends. I will be back soon. I would like to welcome myself back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So it's been a lot of fun so far. We've done a bunch of 3D modeling. You can see this low poly building. Definitely make that beauty shot your own. Like I said, a screenshot is just fine. This is Korean beef jerky, by the way. Sorry, pepperoni. Welcome to Heart Attack. Korean beef jerky from Costco. But now, I'm going to take a break from the building model, and we're going to do another hand-painted texture. And part of the reason we're doing this is because it's Tuesday. And everybody knows that Tuesday is Texture Tuesday. And on Texture Tuesday, you do a hand-painted game texture. And this is my midnight snack. Look at this. Golden Island fire-grilled pork jerky Korean barbecue recipe. And Taco Tuesday. Correct, Alex. The question is, what kind of texture do I want to hand paint today? I always enjoy a good brick. Should do something simple. For those of you that saw last week, let's see, what did I do last week? This was my last Texture Tuesday. I did this. I think I'd like to do some kind of roof tile. I think I would. Yep, I would. I've decided. The decision's been made. Or I wonder if I could do Korean barbecue texture. Like just a whole bunch of pieces of Korean barbecue. Deliciously displayed. Okay, 256, 250, here we go. Create 512 by 512. I'm gonna save this and get rid of all my extra files. There we go. Is old 3D Mentor still co-streaming me? Alex, what's going on over there? Something weird? Okay, let's do it. Let's do some roof shingles. Let's keep it easy. Let's keep it stress-free and easy. So we're just gonna jump into this thing. I'm just gonna use my same old crummy brush that I always do. I'm gonna keep it simple, one layer. I'll create one new layer though. Let's do this. So let's see what my offset is on my filter, other offset. Could not complete the offset command because the selected area is empty. Don't give me that garbage. Oh, I have to actually draw on it first? Is that the rule? All right, fine. We'll draw on it. Let's create a little grid. Let's figure out roughly maybe how we want these things to go. I don't know. That seems all right. And so let's just create our... Oh, we still have smoothing on. Why does this not have my window workspace? Painting workspace? Okay, we'll try that. There we go. I don't want my smoothing on. Smoothing is not cool. There we go. I'm gonna keep this dirty. He's retopoing a cloth. That sounds super boring. Let's do this nice and dirty. And then we'll try a filter, other offset. 512 by 512. No, that will not do. We'll just start with 256 by 256. Halvesies. We'll just go halvesies for a minute. Okay, so if we go to our filter, Alt Control F will redo the offset, and you can see I don't like part of the way this is going. No, this is not good. Okay, so these need to be halfway in between, right? Control Alt F. Okay, so one of the problems I have now is I don't like this. Not happy with it. Not happy at all. I'm going to change my offset to like 128 by 128. That way it's just offsetting a little bit to the side, and I can start drawing these things on again. And I am not, nope. I will not abide by this, so we're going to start over. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Let's just draw those lines out again. I don't usually do this, but that is about the thickness we want these little yahoos. Maybe a little different on this one. Draw my line better. So that would mean I want you to be about like that. And if we want these guys to be the same, about like that. See, so this should not be as hard as Gabe is making it. It should not be this hard, okay? So if we do that, and then Control Alt F, we offset that. I know this may not seem like it makes a lot of sense right now, but trust me, it might. It might eventually make sense. Okay, and then we need one right in between here. Keeping this to the midsection-ish. Yes, I think this is gonna work, my friends. One way or another. Hit that offset button again. You can see the one we're missing right here. These ones could be better friends. Move them a little closer. Okay. I think we're on to something here, my friends. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of dirty random texture. Just I don't want it that rough though. I'm gonna lower my opacity to like 30%. Not gonna touch the edges because that would be foolishness. Just gonna keep doing the offset tool, adding a little gunk, a little random gunk in here. Just keep hitting it in the middle. There we go. See, it's getting some like random little textures up there, which I kind of like. Okay. Pretty okay. We're trying to do this fast, right? We have what, an hour-ish. Okay, so these are our tiles. gonna move my opacity back up to 100 for a spell. Let's figure out how we're gonna do this. So we gotta start working on a color palette. So these have some thickness to them, so we want them to start feeling a little more 3D. So we actually want the top of the tiles to be lighter. So I'm gonna start doing the shapes a little bit better. Keeping some of the outside line. And the line in between them should be nice and thin because they're just like kind of kissing, coming up to each other. This one's bigger than the other ones. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna leave it. I am not 3D Mentor. I'm not a perfectionist like 3D Mentor. The thing about that guy, everything is easy for that guy. Everything is easy. Everything is not easy for me. I work for every brush stroke I create. It takes time. I like mess. I like the messy painting. That's the funnest. More fun. Hit Control F again to make it offset for me. Like I said, we're just trying to do this fast. These could even be snake scales. You never know. These are very similar to some the cedar plank style roof that is on the Minnie Mouse house in Disneyland. If you want to know how I know something interesting like that, is because one of my students is currently modeling the Minnie Mouse house from Disneyland. Very cool design, by the way. Very playful. Okay, there we go. So we're whooping out some scales, am I right? Alex Cervantes says, yes, you're right. Okay, good. I'm glad Alex Cervantes agrees. Okay. So got to start figuring out at some point here where my light is coming from and what it's going to do. Still using the same brush. I like this little spongy chalk brush. I don't know why. Just always been a favorite. Okay, so now the idea here is this color here is a darker color. So we just bring it down slightly on the color wheel, and this is like where the shade is kind of hitting it. So we're kind of getting rid of all the dark black color we had in exchange for something a little bit more soothing and pleasant. Still using a relatively big brush, not big as I maybe should. You always want to work large to small on your brushes. Trying to make these look like 3D patties. We'll add some more dark, more occlusion in just a moment. One of the things I love about these little game art towable textures is their Alex said, wait, what happened? What do you mean, what happened? They're just kind of like a fun little study. I think this one should come out further. Just a little study on lighting and shading. Little painting samples that only take an hour. Kind of material studies, right? So you're studying how light affects different materials, working up speed, dexterity in your hands, and not being too critical with the way things change. Yeah, I think I did. I don't remember why, though. Alex Cervantes is very confused of why I mentioned his name. I apologize, Eric, Alex, if I confused you. You're over there listening to 3D Mentor, weren't you? That dude is always dropping the knowledge bombs. Okay, almost good here. Okay, so we're just trying to go fast, right? We're not trying to break any world records, though. All right, so looking okay. Still super sloppy, but I don't mind. I kind of like the mess. It gives you something to play with. It's like a sandbox. It's like a paint sandbox. Okay, so let's start playing around. Let's start doing some of the darks now. Now we can work on some of the occlusion as we continue to paint this. So wherever one of these tiles is overlapping on the other one, it's going to be darker down here at the bottom. So we can use like a tighter brush. And I'm not zooming in on this pretty much at any point. And here where they touch each other would be darker as well. This is called the occlusion. We're doing our own homemade occlusion pass, kind of hitting those edges where they would be darker. And eventually these are gonna, I think I'm gonna make these kind of broken up, kind of junky, because it's always more fun to draw things that are a little bit beat up. I can start working on some cracks already. Who knows? Who knows? There's no rules. Little scales. Here we go. At this point in the game, you really want to grab another piece of Korean pork jerky. You got to keep your energy up while you're painting these. And now for fun, because we're trying to do this rapidly, I am going to start playing with some of the cracks in these. And start making them feel a little bit more 3D. Just working loose and fast. To make them uniform, each one is going to kind of have a crack going through. These cracks will be painted over and messed around with frequently throughout this process. If any of you are watching 3D Mentor's stream, can someone tell him how disappointed in him I am that he doesn't do Texture Tuesdays anymore? He used to be very interested in improving himself as an artist, and it seems like lately he has given up. Somebody tell him that. To all of my students who think I'm like really mean right now, I joke around. Here at EAE, we joke around with each other. We are family. Family jokes. All right. Now I think, yeah, I'm going to continue this. Just going to keep painting. Don't pay attention to me while I'm painting. Or do. Okay, now I kind of want some darker. Now I want some darker shading coming from the underside of these. And then I think I want this underneath these to be darker too. I'm gonna go to a bigger brush. Lower my opacity a bit. Might go darker. Gonna go darker. Things are gonna get dark. Kind of want to hit scribble on these. Kind of stylized. Very stylized, my friend. I'm going for hand-painted stylized textures. Getting a solid noise from Alex. Thank you very much for the noise. Stylized art. Boy, I don't know what the rules are per se, but I think for stylized art, you're really painting in. So you're not relying on the computer as much for like your texture work. You're doing more of that hand painted. So like a game like mostly like at least the way World of Warcraft and those type of games always were, is the light is always painted in. And so you're being very cognizant of angles, light, and getting like what is your light direction, an understanding of light and color. I don't know what the good question on rules. I've never been big on rules. Rules are meant to be broken. But really, like any kind of corner or sharp edge you have, usually it's not 90-degree edges too. They kind of flatten things up, really push specular out more than you think you would, and you're really faking a lot of the light being painted on. Like you'll see on this one, these edges of these tiles, you'd think they'd be, if they were 90 degrees down, I wouldn't see them as much. So think about tapering everything out just a little bit. Oh, that's good. That would be interesting to study, like what the fundamentals are of like Overwatch style. They're like a cleaner stylized than like necessarily Blizzard, but they do follow a lot of those same rules, I think. And I haven't honestly played enough Overwatch, but I do hear about their art style a lot. People seem to dig it. One of our teachers, Worth, he's one of our industry professional teachers. He's been doing a lot of environmental stuff in the Overwatch style. So he's actually done, I think there's a 380 article on him, on some of the work he's done. So I think at this point, I want to start playing with some of the highlights a little more. I can get him in there, and then I can decide to push him later. He does. Let me share it with you. Yeah, so he does a lot of really pretty Overwatch type stuff. No, you're fine, Mr. Cervantes. You're fine. There are no real rules for Texture Tuesday, you know? Start hitting some of the highlights, and then I can see how I want certain things to pop off of the screen here. So each edge, each corner kind of has a highlight as well, and that helps make these pop out a little bit. And then some of the shapes I'm making kind of start to turn into highlights as well. For those that are watching still. Some of these I will come in and darken a little bit more, some I will come in and lighten a little bit more. And we'll just keep building up on it. My goal with these is always to not think so much and just learn how to be faster and more efficient. So I have always been somebody who has, it's called analyzation, something like, I think through things too much. And so it kind of paralyzes me. It makes me stop working. And so my goal is always with these speed projects is like to not think anymore. Like even when I was deciding what to texture, I started to overthink it. And finally I just picked the first thing, which is a tile texture. And maybe it's something I've done before, which is never great because you want to get out of your comfort zone. But the important thing is that you do something, right? And so I will just get better at making these tile textures and solving problems faster than I did before. So not thinking. So I know like the fundamentals of how to hurry in. So if you notice, I didn't put a ton of forethought even in the placement of these, is I'm trying to get that speed up to where I can just kind of envision in my mind what I want to do and just put it on the canvas instead of over analyzing it and overthinking it like I do all the time. You got flagged. What do you mean? On ArtStation? Like you're not allowed to look on ArtStation or what? Sorry, what is this flag business? Did Pepperoni flag you? Did you get in trouble? Did you make Pepperoni mad? Rule number 1, don't ever make Pepperoni mad. Monkey in it. How you doing today? Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna use a larger brush now and do some more highlights around the front. Before I start hitting some more darks. On Twitch, I shared excitement about one of Worth Daly's works. You're talking about Pickle Rick? Pickle Rick? Yeah, he did some Pickle Rick stuff. Which is a pretty big claim to fame. Especially if you're a Pickle Rick fan. Peaches and Cream, thanks for the follow. Thanks for stopping by. We are painting tileable textures for Texture Tuesday, the happiest day of the week. So I need some more darks. It's not dark enough. Hello, Peaches and Cream. All right, we need to step up our game here. We need to do some darker darks. I need more oomph. Keep it sketchy. So just out of curiosity, are any of my students still around? Peaches and Cream, thank you so much. This is what we call Texture Tuesday. So every Tuesday I like to do a stylized hand painted texture, 512 by 512, just to keep it loose, you know, keep it fun. Spend about an hour on them. Gloria! Glad to hear Gloria's still here. So Gloria, I was just telling everyone, these are kind of a rustus, a blizzardized, like a stylized blizzard style of those tiles on Minnie's roof. Maybe I'll even color them pink. Just kind of like doing quick shadow pass underneath the edge of all these because I thought it might help it feel a little bit more lit the way I want it to be. I think it's kind of working. All kind of in a hit now, for the most part. Some of them were hit better than others. No. They're just for practice. Peaches and Cream asked if I'll be putting these textures on them once I'm done. I wasn't planning on it. I could show them off in Maya when I'm done. But really they're just mostly just for practice. Not for a project, just for personal fun.
Made with whole grain oats, Nature Valley Crunchy granola bars are just as tasty on the terrace as they are on the trail, as delicious on the deck as they are on the dock. So enjoy a Nature Valley Crunchy bar wherever you are.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now, when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money, a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Thanks for listening to Spotify. No, really. You could have listened to the radio. You could have spun some vinyl. You could have played a cassette tape.
You could have listened to an 8-track tape, if you knew what an 8-track tape looked like. But you listened to Spotify. Thanks for that. And you still have hundreds more playlists to enjoy.
I think I'm just about done. I think this is probably about as far as I'm going to take him. Does anyone have any suggestions for like color? I was thinking of orange, but we could do green. Orange. All right, let's do orange. All right, so to do the orange, I am just going to, I think what I'll do is I'll do a base color of orange over the top of it. So there's orange, edit fill. Okay, nope, no. Edit fill, foreground color. I don't know why my pen's not working. Okay, and then we'll set this to color. My pen stopped working. That's weird. How does that happen? My Wacom pen just stopped working altogether. So I think it's because I said I was done. Green to have some sort of moss. So this isn't cool. I would like to still use my Wacom pen, please. Look up my Wacom tools. Tablet driver is not responding. Try turning off your computer and turning it back on again. If that doesn't work, contact customer support. That's how my day's going, my friends. So guess what? That means this is as far as I'm going today. But just for fun. Well, that's as far as I'm going with this. Then if I have to restart it, I have to restart it. But just for funsies, should we see what this looks like in Maya? I think I'm still connected to the VPN for Maya. Windows Ink Workplace. I am still connected. All right, let's fire up Maya. First, let's save this out. I'm just gonna flatten it. Okay, flatten it, flatten it. 3D modeling. Call this Texture Tuesday. Tiles. Oh, did I save that as a PSD? Let's save a JPEG. All right, let's crack open Maya. Okay, so let's bring out a plane. We'll just put it on a plane. Hurry and create a material with our texture on it. Just do a Lambert because we're boring. All right, there it is. As one, look at that. You can see where I did some weird painting. I kind of like it. Kind of like it. That could be like lizard scales or something, maybe. I don't know. So let's look at this. Let's look at it tiling. All right. And there it is all spread out. So that could be like a roof or something. Interesting. If that were the top of a building. And Maya crashed on me. And just like that, Maya crashed. That's the day I've been having, my friends. It was done in 2K or 4K? You mean size? 512. 512 by 512. Lo-fi. Look at that, we're back. No, it's 512 by 512. The idea is it would tile. All right, let's have more fun with this because we can. We're gonna bring out our buddy Crazy Bump. Where are you, Crazy Bump? If any of you have ever used Crazy, Crazy Bump is crazy. What is the deal? Problem is, Crazy Bump is off on the wrong screen. Oh, it's asking me which one works better, and I can't see it. Oh, this is a comedy of errors, my friends. This is a comedy of errors. Nothing wants to work right. Maybe if we cascade. I don't want to cascade. That could be a disaster. We're going to do it. We're going to cascade. Oh, snap. We cascaded the windows. And it still is not helping the situation. Not helping. Okay. We're going to try this again. Okay, close your eyes, everybody. This could be a disaster. I'm going to unplug my Wacom tablet. Oh, snap. And it didn't seem to matter. Nothing really matters. Okay. It wasn't as a disaster like I thought it would be. Okay, let's try Wacky Bump again. Crazy Bump, Crazy Bump. Okay, here's our Crazy Bump, demo version 1.2. Click this button to begin. I did, and I hit yes. Okay, we're working now. Unplugging the Wacom tablet seemed to have helped. Okay, Texture Tuesday. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to open this one. Now we have to pick a shape. We're going to pick a shape. We're going to pick this one. It looks weird. Look how lumpy that looks. Let's play with this. Let's see. Intensity. We could raise the intensity. That didn't help it. Okay, there we go. So we're going to lower the intensity. Noise removal. I don't know what that does. Shape recognition. Okay, we're gonna do some of that. Very fine detail. I want the fine detail. I want the regular fine detail. Let's do that. Large detail. I don't even know what this does. I'm gonna crank it all up though. Very large detail. Oh, sharpness. Let's sharpen it. Ew, that's ugly. Let's not sharpen it. All right, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, it doesn't look the best. But we'll see. A specular. Ooh, that looks terrible. Specular map. I don't want to enhance. Oh, stop. Ouch. Ow. How do I reset that? Okay, let's leave it like that. Contrast, we'll up the contrast. Yes, up the contrast. Okay. And we will, their brightness, we'll turn down the brightness. Okay, something like that. We're gonna give it a shot. So we'll save the specularity. Boom, we will save our normal map. Boom. We're just having fun at this point, my friends. Okay, we're gonna close the Wacky Bump. Okay, let's try this now. Okay, instead of a blend, we're gonna choose a different. Open up our Hypershade. We're gonna choose a blend now instead because it has bumping capabilities. Okay, we're gonna open up our blend. We're gonna call this shingles because we got shingles. Okay, color. Same as before. Where's our, oh no. Are you doing this to me now? Oh no, it's right there. Okay. Okay. Computer, system, teaching. Texture Tuesday JPEG. Here we go. So we got that little guy on our shingles. Now we want to do a normal map. So let's throw the shingles on here again. So it looks exactly the same. Only it has a specular to it. It's shiny. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys decide. Should I do the normal next or the specular? While I eat a beef jerky. And I'm not gonna do anything until I get some chat from my. Okay, Alex spoke. Peaches and Cream and Alex both vote on normal maps. Okay. We're going to go down here into our normal. Hit our file button. Now here's the mistake I made in the past. I'm not going to make it again. You need to change your bump to tangent space normal. And now we're going to select our depth. This generated normal map from Crazy Bump. We're going to hit open. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, it's not bad. Look at that. It's got some depth to it now. See how it reflects now off of the shingles instead of just a big flat reflection? So it's been bumped. Stylized. So there's something fun about stylized textures in normal maps. They just look fun. Okay, are we ready for specular color now? Currently, it's a solid gray. Here we go. So this is interesting. So I played with this. Remember, white is 100% specular, black is 0%. Are you talking about Crazy Bump? Yeah, it'll work with Blender. It's universal. Okay, let's hit open. Oh my goodness. Let's see what happens. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. So we're getting like zero shine off of the underside. Yeah, so let's, just for funsies, let's create a light. We'll just create a little point light here. Bring that into my scene and hit 7. And now we can see how the light shines off of it. So you can see the closer you are to light, you can see the shine coming off of those tiles. Which is kind of cool because it works off of the normal maps now, the lights. We'll give this light a little intensity. What if we give it a 3? Yeah, we'll up the intensity on that light. Kind of cool. So you can see how the light blends off of it. Pretty fun, pretty fun. Yeah, since Blender, I'm assuming, is the same as like any other software, right? That takes the same kind of maps as anything else. The 3D Studio Max, pretty much all of it. It's pretty universal. Alex Cervantes gives me the thumbs up. Well, thank you, my friend. I'm gonna put this the Texture Tuesday study up on the old Instagram. Yeah, so if I wanted this to be a roof on a building now, which maybe I do, maybe I don't, just for fun, I am going to Yeah, so for that, we're the roof on a building. There she would be. Shingled. Well, my friends, it's about 12:35. To any of my students still listening, Gloria, Dove Soap, my good friends, I cannot wait to see your finished buildings, what you guys come up with. Earlier I showed kind of how to adjust your beauty images, but really a nice screenshot is good enough for me for this project. It's been a really fun 3 weeks with everyone, and I hope to continue communication. When you come out to Utah to visit, or when you come out for your year of school, stop by EAE. I'm happy to give you a tour of all the cool stuff we're doing there. By then, I'm really hoping we'll be face to face. This pandemic thing has been bananas. Yeah, I would have loved to have played with the colors a little more on this, but my Wacom drivers died. They died. Yeah, Dove Soap, you're awesome. You're all awesome. I'm so impressed with how much you've learned in 3 weeks. It's been impressive. All right, I'm gonna save that. So I'm gonna stay on for just a few more minutes. Since someone just mentioned Blender, I'm gonna do something a little nutty now that doesn't really have to do with the class, but I kind of want to install Blender really quick and see if I'm smart enough to use it.